Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also make sure you turn off the dishwasher's water supply underneath the sink. In this video, we're going to show you how to change out the Maytag Dishwasher Tub Wheel. It's going to be a very easy repair, and it should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new tub wheel. The tub wheels are attached to the dishwasher wall, and they support the rails that support the upper rack. The main reason to be changing them out is if they're cracked or damaged. In order to get to the part, we have to pull the dishwasher out. First thing we're going to do is open up the door, and then we can use our Phillips screwdriver to take out the screws. Now that we have the screws out, we can go underneath the cabinet and remove the lines. First thing we're going to do is remove your dishwasher drain line, follow it up to wherever it goes and remove the clamp. We're going to use a 5/16 on ours. Make sure that when you take these off, that you have some towels around. Both the water line and the drain line might put some water out. Next thing we have to do is remove the fill line. It's usually connected to the hot water tap, and of course we already had that shut off and the power disconnected from earlier. But now we need to remove the line, and we can take it off with a 5/8 inch wrench. Now that we have the lines disconnected from the sink, the dishwasher is ready to be pulled out. But before we do that, we have to take out the upper rack. So we're going to pull the rails out and take the end caps off. To get the dish rack stops off, there's little lines right here on the inside that you're going to press on. There's a locking tab right here. You just press on it and press the stop towards the center of the dishwasher. Once you have it off, we can do the other side. Once you have both dish rack stops off, we can pull the upper rack out and set it aside. And before we pull the dishwasher out, we're going to push the rails back in. Now that we have the upper rack out, we can lift up the dishwasher door. We're going to use it to carefully pull the dishwasher out a little bit. Once you have it out, we can grab the frame. You only want to pull this out far enough to access the screws. You don't want to pull it out all the way from the cabinet because we're going to have the door open and we don't want it to tip over. Now that we have the dishwasher out, we have access to the tub wheel screws. The front ones are close enough to the front of the dishwasher that you may be able to access them without disconnecting the lines, but the rear ones are pretty far back, and more than likely you're going to have to disconnect all the lines to get the dishwasher out. Now that we have access to the screws and the end of the dishwasher is underneath the countertop, we can open up the door so we can change the tub wheel. Since we're taking the front tub wheel off, we already have the end cap off. Once you take the screws off, all you have to do is pull it forward off the rail. If you're doing the back one, you're going to have to take off the rear dish rack stop, and once you get the screws out, you can slide it back and then pull it out. So they're both changed the same way, just one's pulled out from the front and one's pulled out from the back. We're going to use our 5/16 inch nut driver to take these screws out. As you're taking the screws out, you want to make sure you hold this so it doesn't fall into the dishwasher. Now that we have the screws out, we can carefully pull the tub wheel out. There are gaskets on the back of these, so if you're changing them, make sure you check them. If they look like they're torn or damaged, make sure you put new ones in there. Also make sure that you clean this area if there's any residue or buildup, so when you put it back on, you get a good seal. Here's the old tub wheel next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. Like we said earlier, the new tub wheel, they do not come with the seals, so if yours are looking pretty bad, you want to get some new ones. If you're going to reuse yours, all you have to do is pop them out carefully with a small screwdriver so you don't damage them, and push them into the new one. Once you have the seals pressed into the new tub wheel, you can put it into the dishwasher. To put the tub wheel in, same as when we took it out, we're going to move the rail around so we can get it onto the tub wheel, and then push the tub wheel in and hold it in place. Then we can use our 5/16 inch nut driver to put the screws back in. want to make sure you tighten these down pretty good so we get a good seal and they don't leak. With the tub wheel installed, we can put the upper rack back in. You want to be careful, of course, that the dishwasher is underneath the cabinet so it doesn't lean forward while you're working on it. To put the rack in, all you have to do is pull the rails out a little bit and line up the wheels and push it back into place. Once you have it in there, you can push it all the way in and then pull the rails back out a little bit so we can put the dish rack stops back on. To put the dish rack stop back on, we're going to make sure that these two little tabs go into the cutouts, and then we're going to push it on so the locking tab locks it in place. Sometimes you have to press on it just like when you took it off. Once you have it in place, you can put the one end on the other side. Once you have both dish rack stops installed, you can push the upper rack back in, and then we can lift up on the door and guide the dishwasher back into the cabinets. Once you have the dishwasher back in place, we can use our Phillips screwdriver to put the screws back in to mount it to the cabinet. With the screws in, we can go underneath the cabinets and reconnect the lines. So we're going to hook up the water line and use our 5/8 inch wrench to tighten it down. Then we can hook up the drain line back up to the air gap. All you have to do is push it on and tighten down the clamp using your 5/16 nut driver or screwdriver. Now that we have the lines reconnected underneath the sink, we can close the dishwasher door, plug it back in, turn the water back on, and take it for a spin. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.